Yo, how's it going? Another stream already starting really well. And yeah, I'm gonna continue this drawing here. It's gonna be the last kind of like warming up stream before my birthday stream, so yeah. You might already hear that I have some different music than the last couple of streams because I have basically two different playlists. I have a more energetic playlist and a chill playlist, and this is the chill one. And I want to test it because I haven't played some of the songs that I have in that playlist yet, and I want to see if they maybe trigger some kind of copyright claim on YouTube or something like that. And you know, I probably am going to play that music during my birthday stream, and I don't want the birthday stream to get flagged. That would be not so great. Also, especially because that stream is going to be on my main YouTube channel, in addition to Twitch, of course it is. And yeah, it's gonna be an exception, special exception. So yeah, last time we did some work on this guy here and did some good progress. So we are going to finish the outlining today and maybe do some shading, or well, we'll see. We also need to do the spots and stuff like that. And this one and this one here that I also have been working on the last couple of days are going to be finished before my birthday, because they're going to be part of a special pack where I have basically all of my cat characters in there, and it's gonna be like certain percentage off because you buy more at once, you know, that kind of deal. And yeah. And yeah, this is an edgy leopard assassin with a crossbow, with a mini crossbow. It's not like, in terms of like outfit style, it doesn't fit all too well in together with the other ones, because this is not quite medieval fantasy territory anymore. This is like more, you know, Victorian maybe, or something like that, you know, with the long trench coat. And it wasn't really intentional, but the crossbow turned out to be and to look kind of like a pistol. But well, I don't know how to draw handguns and hand firearm weapons and whatnot. I have no experience with that, so it just turned out that way. Just looked at references and there we go. But yeah, I'm not gonna work on this guy on this stream, because we're gonna start where we left off last time, and we're gonna continue from there. Also, by the way, I have some tea this time because I've been complaining about my throat giving out at the end of my stream, and so I prepared some tea before the stream. Now this is still very hot, and it's in this bottle that keeps it hot for quite a long time. So yeah, I'm not gonna drink it yet, and probably not for the like next hour or so. Hey Lucid, how's it going? Glad to see you again. Yeah, just was talking about tea. Actually, well, last time we were talking about tea and like just some things to help my throat when I need to talk a lot. And I also talked about like not liking to drink tea while not really being able to brush my teeth, because whenever I like drink something that's not water or eat something, I really want to brush my teeth. I just caught that kind of habit, I suppose, because I did a mistake in the past and I don't want to repeat it. Starts snowing again. Oh. I guess it's much crazier over there in the UK. Over here it becomes more stable now. It's pretty warm today, and it's balancing out over the next couple of weeks at least. The forecast says so, and weather forecasts, you know. Maybe gum or mints could help with that. Yeah, that's also a good idea. Well, but then I'm not the easiest to deal with, but yeah, I also don't really like chewing gum, and especially not while I'm in front of the camera and I constantly do that mouth movement, and then I don't know, it's don't like it. But I have tea now. That's the thing. I have tea now, and before the stream I actually looked into different tea sorts and what their effects are on teeth, and if it's recommended to avoid tea altogether when you know, look out for your teeth, or like which tea sorts are worse than others. And there it basically boils down to no, get it, boil, to two different factors: the acidity, how acidic it is, yeah, and also how much tannin it contains, which is some kind of compound that is generated when leaves oxidate or something like that. I don't exactly know, but yeah, that tannin is responsible for staining teeth, either with like a yellowish color or maybe gray in when you drink green tea. But different tea sorts have different amounts of tannin, and also you can rinse it out pretty easily after you took some sips. Like if you take some sips and immediately rinse your mouth with water, then basically you wash away almost all of it, and you don't really have to worry all too much. And then as for acidity, the amount of acid. Why am I not able to say that word? I don't know. Yeah, teas have a really wide span of different amounts of like pH values, and you know, the more acidic it is, the worse it is, because you know, it attacks the teeth and the enamel and the gums, and it's not good for you, especially if you're not able to brush your teeth after drinking it. But green tea in that regard is pretty alright. It's actually not acidic at all, but actually basic, alkaline. One of these words. It has an pH value over 7. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, green tea would have less of that. Yeah. Mint tea. Mint tea wasn't quite the most recommended, I think. But yeah, green tea turned out to be the best one. As for tannin, you know, it doesn't have that much. It isn't the best in amounts of tannin, but it also, you would need to drink a lot of green tea on a regular basis without taking any precautions, like rinsing your mouth with water and brushing your teeth afterwards and stuff like that, so that your teeth would get stained. And and as for green tea, because it is not that acidic, it would not be stained as yellow, but as a grayish color, I read. I still want to avoid that too, but yeah. And so it should be fine. It should be fine if I drink some green tea every now and then during the stream. When it has cooled down, that is. And after every time when I drink some, I rinse my mouth with water. I'm really not good at talking today. But when am I good at talking? So So that's my story. It was very exciting. Maybe drink more? Well, I mean, there are all sorts of health benefits listed for green tea and so on and so forth. How much it actually amounts to, I don't know. I haven't read any studies in detail and I'm a bit too lazy for that amount of research. But yeah. How are you doing, by the way? How is it going? Have you been playing some Overwatch? Have you been enjoying that? I remember you talking about it during the last stream, your stream. Doing some PvE missions, a lot less saltiness to be found here at least. I can imagine. Yeah. That's the reason why I stay away from competitive games. It's just there's too much saltiness from others and also I get too salty. And it's just not healthy for my mental well-being. Other people can deal with that, other people can have fun with it and just play with friends, and yeah, also playing with strangers is not really the most recommended thing. Like if you have friends, then it's cool, but yeah. Like for example, I have been actually played a little bit of League of Legends in the past. And the game itself is fun. Like has some strategy elements to it and it's kind of like a tower defense. but it doesn't have that much annoying micromanagement, which I also like, and so the basic game I enjoy a lot. I just don't like playing with strangers, is the thing. And I had some friends who also played, but they were at a completely different level. And I don't know. Also then social anxiety, and you know, that having to constantly ask them, hey, do you want to play? Do you want to play? Do you want to play? Whenever I want to play League of Legends. And so yeah, I just stopped at some point and never really looked back. Just have a little sanity loss before and have to take a break. Yeah, if you're able to, like, if you're self-conscious enough to notice that, okay, I'm getting a little bit heated now, let's cool down a little bit and let's take a break, and that's good. That's perfect, and you can kind of self-regulate yourself in that way. I'm not very good at it. This is the problem. I also have some problems with getting easily addicted to games. Like in general, not just with competitive games or stuff like that. And so if it's like this kind of competitive game where I play with others and I get salty, but I'm still addicted to the game because the game itself, the gameplay is fun, and then it's this kind of downward spiral of anger for me and frustration, and it's just it's really not healthy for me. But again, this is like just for me, like how it works for me, and for others definitely works differently. Pizza, nice. I'm gonna ask you some questions about what kind of pizza you're having and stuff when you're back. Kitty. Hey Punchy, how are you doing? Also, by the way, thank you for the follow. I noticed that you did so recently. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, and also, hey there, Kleine Eisklumpy, how are you doing? So I'm currently working on this token for my tabletop token shop, where you can, buy these in different variations, and use them in your own campaign, like Roll20 and stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically it. Like, if you think like that egg token that you see works pretty well with a character idea that you have, or a character that you already made, and you want to use it in your own campaign, then there's that. Hey there, Chibated. How are you doing? Oh yeah, also by the way, I'm sorry that for the little mistake last stream, I didn't notice that I only was streaming to Twitch and not YouTube. What happened was I needed to re-log into Streamlabs OBS. And stupidly, whenever I do that, it resets the stream settings. I need to log in with my Twitch account. And whenever I log in with my Twitch account, it sets the stream settings to that account. But that's not what I want. I want to keep it at Restream, where it streams to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Just... yeah. Twitch better than YouTube for streaming? Definitely. Yeah, there is no doubt about that. But you know, if I can stream to both platforms at the same time, then why not? There is no rule that I am not able to do as long as I'm not a Twitch affiliate or a partner. As far as I know, if I am a YouTube partner, then I still can stream to both platforms. Yeah. And that way, people can simply choose. Like, some people just don't have a Twitch account and don't just want to make one just to be able to chat with me, but they do have a YouTube account. Or I also read that some people have some issues with Twitch for some reason, like stream is bugging out or something like that. And then they have YouTube as an alternative, which is made for streaming, though YouTube isn't for pre-recorded things. Yep, definitely. Although YouTube has been doing some improvements in its streaming, with its streaming service, but yeah, there still needs to be, there's a lot to be done still. And especially it doesn't have that many fun features. But also, I am still not quite sure what I'm going to do with this Twitch channel. If I get to the point when I could apply for being an affiliate, if I would do it actually. Because I'm gonna be realistic, this stream is not going to get super popular. it's an art stream. Art streams normally don't get that many viewers, unfortunately, but it's just the sad truth. Like, you rarely see a good art stream with more than 100 viewers. And I'm definitely, I don't want to make this channel a gaming stream or something like that. It's not what I'm about, and also, you know, I'm not really an entertainer. I'm not good at talking. I'm not good at entertaining people, which is okay. It's that, like, I can't be good at everything. It's just, you know, it's just a nice chance to talk with people and have a chill time together. And if people can tolerate my terrible social skills, then they can have a chill time here. But I also understand that that's just not for everybody, and people want to be entertained. Alright, see ya, Punchy. Have a good one. I think that the people that like art are on other websites than Twitch and probably use much of their free time for drawing. Yeah, Twitch still is known as a gaming stream platform, and it also mostly advertises itself as such. It doesn't really mention a lot about its art and crafting and music communities or stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Lucid. Yeah, I stutter every now and then, but oh well. Also, I have my kitty cam. She makes up for it at least a little bit. Thank you, Klumpy. So yeah, I also think that people who are interested in art are not really using Twitch all that much if they themselves are not also interested in games. Like the art streamers and crafting streamers I do watch and know, as far as I know, every single one has at least some interest in video games, and maybe even did some gaming streams in the past. As far as I can remember, I don't think I ever encountered one who just straight up has no interest in games whatsoever. So yeah. But maybe if YouTube is improving its streaming services more and advertise them more, then maybe YouTube will become a better platform for art streamers, or like more like variety streamers and such, and not just so strongly focused just on gaming. I don't know. Like, as far as I can tell, the amount of discoverability that I get from Twitch and YouTube is actually about the same. I guess many people find my streams on YouTube as they do on Twitch. Maybe Twitch a little bit more, but not that much more. People that like art are on Twitch. like the one I'm streaming and watching that stream. And sorry, I need to read this again. Like art or okay, I'm a little bit confused about what you just wrote, like watching a stream and streaming at the same time? I don't know about that. But yeah, what I was just trying to say is I'm realistic. I know that my streams won't really get me anywhere, and that's fine. I'm just having fun with this. And as for like work, actual work, I still mostly focus on making videos. Or making these tabletop tokens, and so my streams are also like combined with my work. So there we go. The people that like art, art and are on Twitch are the ones who stream it. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, not that exclusively, but it applies to a lot of people. Oh, thank you, Lucid. And the same goes for your stream too. It's very nice to hang out over there. Definitely can recommend Lucid's stream if you want to check them out. Minecraft content. What's that? Yeah. Speaking of, I talked about planning on having a birthday stream pretty soon. And one of the things that I want to do is definitely play some Minecraft on Plipsu's server, to be precise. I already asked her and she gave me her permission. But that's gonna be a lot of fun. And people who are already on there, like you, Lucid, could definitely join. It would be great. Minecraft isn't that popular on Twitch anymore, except for like the pretty big ones. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft seems to be doing okay. Like, if you look at the most popular games, Minecraft is pretty consistently up there. It's not like the top 5 or anything. but you know, it's there. And quite a lot of streamers that I watch also play Minecraft every now and then. Maybe some challenges, maybe some building, or just on the community server. Minecraft is pretty good for streams with a chill vibe. Yeah, setting up a traditional art stream is definitely more of a hassle. We'll be back around when the 8th update is released, yeah. I've been seeing a lot about this new update, and so I'm pretty sure a lot of streamers will play it. It's cool to see that Minecraft still gets updates and new stuff, and I mean also it's kind of an indicator that it is still popular. Mahjong or Microsoft wouldn't really care about it if that wouldn't be the case. I think the update will do something. How much of an impact it's going to have, it's hard to say. But I'm sure that a lot of people who played or streamed Minecraft in the past are going to be at least curious about it when you see screenshots and stuff. Most people who stream Minecraft are on servers, etc. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, it doesn't stop them from streaming it though. The early version, or more like the one that's out already, isn't really my taste. I mean, it's like sorry. My taste, I mean, is like the new animals, etc. But things like copper, they're just kind of useless. I understand what you mean. I don't know how easy it is to play older versions. If you have to dig really deep, or you know, you just go and hey, I just wanna play version so and so, and there you go. I know at least one guy who currently is streaming Minecraft, and he is going through some really challenging maps, custom maps, and they all require an older version of Minecraft, but seems to be working fine for him. But I don't know how much setup he needed to do. And remember to take the snapshots with a grain of salt, since they're early access. Yeah, that's also true. I think you both have much more experience with Minecraft because I just recently picked it up. I watched it before that, but you know, personal experience is definitely, it sticks with you much better than just watching LPs and streams. So I'm not really that knowledgeable about Minecraft. I just started playing Minecraft around the time when Clip started her server, so that was like 2 months ago or something like that at this point. First game you played on the PC. Oh, that's nice. Good childhood. Yeah, it's also a nice game for kids to play for sure. Back then it wasn't around when I was a kid. But if it would have been and I played it back then I'm pretty sure I would have loved it. Like way more than I do nowadays even. Because back then I was much more of a fan of sandbox type of games than I am nowadays. I mean, I still like them, but just, you know, in comparison. You know, I played a lot of Sims and SimCity and Roller Coaster Tycoon. And so on. Yeah, copper is just a thing for decoration and you'll find it like everywhere. I mean, are they also gonna change the frequency of other metals? Like, is copper kind of replacing other ores? Or is it just like an addition? And you can still find diamonds and iron and whatnot as easily as before. Because if that's the case, then you know you could just ignore the copper if you don't need it. Thankfully, it's super easy to play older versions. Oh, okay, that's good then. You're tinkering with ore generation, okay. But no further information is out in what kind of way, I guess. I mean, yeah, they must be tinkering with ore, like, because I don't even know exactly what the update entails, but aren't they also adding more layers at the bottom? Make everything even deeper? Because at that point they have to tinker around with it. Playing Days City Skylines, oh yeah. I've also been playing that a lot. The last thing that I did on City Skylines was I wanted to make a huge custom map that looks like like has some impressive mountains, and you have the roads coming from the mountains and underground, and you have a shore that is kind of hidden by the mountains itself, and there you have the city, and I want to have like the whole map covered by city and infrastructure and stuff like that, and I overdid it. I really overdid it because I wanted to make the mountains look very natural, which required a lot of detail work with the brushes, and then at some point I lost patience, stopped. Oh well. Maybe I'll look and pick it up again at some point. Yeah, it's what Lucid says. It's a city building management game. If you know maybe SimCity, on which City Skylines is based on, basically, then yeah, it's basically that. Copper gets added and you can find diamonds easier, but their spawns are like too much copper and less iron. Okay. I see. I mean, even in nature, that wouldn't make sense if you can find more copper than iron, because it's the opposite in nature, as far as I know. Copper is pretty rare nowadays. And just say the detail on that book is really neat. Oh, that book. Thank you. Well, it definitely paid off that I made a drawing tutorial about books, so I kind of know how they're structured. And thank you. It's like surviving Mars, but on Earth. Okay, no, that's a game that I don't know that much in detail, but Lucid probably knows better. Kitty moved. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, Kitty moved side, it seems. Here in this room. Well, nothing that I can do about this. Let me see. Are you hiding over there? Yeah, she's outside. She will come back at some point. Oh. It's the pigeons outside again. Yeah, except on a larger scale, yeah, you can cover a lot of area with city, and it's pretty cool. Like also in terms of performance, pretty impressive. Although it has some limits, of course. You mark out zones, yeah, and then they build themselves, exactly. Having to build every single building individually would be so tedious. And it's like a detail, like a gameplay mechanic that I really like, when structures kind of build themselves based on certain factors that you have to fulfill. You just you just plop down the zones, or you don't even need to do that. You just you just provide the general infrastructure, and then everything builds itself, and you just have to make sure that the infrastructure keeps on working. You might not know that game, because I also think it wasn't rather popular in German-speaking countries and not so much outside of there. But I also really like the game called Industry Giant, or like, I don't even know if it has an English name, but translated it would mean exactly that. And so what you basically do is, and it's a pretty old game at this point, but you have a map with cities and stuff like that, but you have no influence how the cities are building themselves and grow. But what you can do is build shops and industry structures and infrastructure for transport and stuff like that. And so you produce products and make sure that they get to the shops in those cities. And the more you sell over there, the more people are going to move into those cities, and they kind of grow by themselves. And the more products you sell over there, the faster they grow, and it just has something really satisfying about it. And I don't exactly can exactly explain why, but I just really like that kind of mechanic. Instead of having also to manage the city itself. It would work smoother if I didn't pump it full with mods. Oh yeah, it happens easily. I don't have that many mods in City Skylines. Just some that, you know, make some things a bit easier, a little bit less confusing, like traffic lights, for example, which work very weird in that game, I have to say. And so, like, often I just want to have the traffic light removed. Because there's not really collision between the cars, there are no car accidents. So yeah, just let them flow. It's not the most realistic game, one has to say, but well, it's hard to make a full city simulation game and to try to make it also realistic. You know. I'm kind of unsure if I want to start streaming some games on a regular basis here on this stream again. Right now I just focus on art streams. Maybe in the future I will play some games again. But then also the question is, what kind of games do I want to play? Because at this point I played all sorts of games, from action RPGs to chill simulation games, or like some cute indie games, some short ones. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe, and I'm gonna give some more chill simulation games some try. Just build stuff. This is also, you know, it's something creative to do. And I said before that nowadays I don't enjoy sandbox games all that much anymore compared to when I was younger. And one of the reasons is basically I just build it for myself, like most of the time, without anybody ever seeing it. Nobody sees the cities I build, the roller coasters that I construct and whatnot and so on and so forth. And then, you know, the building process itself is fun, but then I have it and it just stands around and nobody sees it, nobody cares, and so I kind of lost the motivation at some point. But if I stream it, you know, then people can see it, and I feel like it would make it more fun for me again. Not sure, but maybe. Whatever you enjoy most, that's the best way to go. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I enjoy a lot of different games, but what kind of games would I enjoy playing on stream? That's the question. So it can be like very different. For example, I also played Sekiro on stream right when it came out. And that turned out to be not such a great idea. Because if you know From Software games, you know, they can get quite frustrating and difficult. And Sekiro was definitely not an exception. And so I just sat there and got more and more frustrated. And I got more frustrated than I would have gotten if I just played it by myself. I was like doing much better when I just played it offline. Because on stream I also want to, you know, I want to succeed. I want people to, like, I want to show people me succeeding so they don't get bored, or like it, I don't know, they see me fail and frustrated and, you know, want to show them better content. I don't know. And it's probably silly of me and stupid. And, you know, also I watch plenty of streamers who get angry on stream and get frustrated because it, like, game is frustrating or mechanics are bad, or, you know, and it doesn't really bother me all that much. As long as they're, you know, like actually really raging out. Kitty's back. Meow meow. Hello, kitty. Look at the place here. So camera nicely shows. There we go. I can't really center the camera on her because you have the light over here. You can see the glare a little bit. How you doing? No, you go away from me. Yeah. Too awkward. Hokko 大好き。うん。俺も。And Kitty is moving again. I'm gonna let her settle down before I point the camera at her again, because she might just be moving back and forth without being able to decide. There we go. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, she's on camera again. Where are you going? Where do you want to stay? Can I stay on the chair? Classic cat behavior, yeah. Okay. Just laying down and cleaning her butt. Okay. I give you a better angle of her cleaning her butt. Enjoy. But Mink, the Twitch TOS, oh my god. Well, that's a risk I'm gonna take. Well, Lucid, maybe that's exactly why I came up with the joke. I had a feeling. Subconsciously, I had a feeling. Let's see if the tea is still too hot. Probably. Yeah, still burns. Ouch. Well, my throat is still doing alright, so don't need it right now. But yeah, I didn't expect it to be that hot still. Ouch. For how long have I been streaming at this point? Over an hour. It has been over an hour. Well, it goes to show how good this thing is at isolating. But yeah, it's hard to time. Because I want it to keep warm or hot over a long period of time. Over the, basically, like, maybe the last 2 or 3 hours of the stream, but also like it's hard to time when it's gonna reach the temperature that is drinkable in this thing. Maybe I'll cool it down with some colder water. I don't know. Well, now my tongue hurts. But since I saw that I've been streaming for 1 hour at this point, I'm also gonna take a kitty break. Gonna save. Kitty is over here. Meow meow. Oops. So tired. I'm gonna try to cool down the tea a little bit. Well, didn't amount to much, but well. maybe after another hour it's more drinkable. Daisy's giving me the same look. Tired and annoyed by my shenanigans. Boop. So tired. It's just so fun to play around with their nose. Just boop it constantly. Maybe it's just me. Boop, boop. I definitely have to move some of these songs because some of the songs to hear right now don't exactly belong in the chill category. Yeah, need to make some adjustments. But that's really important right now. The point right now is just to play them on stream so that I can see if they cause some copyright claims or not. I really don't think that they would, but no. But the test beforehand, before my birthday stream. Oh yeah. So your copyright stuff that you've been talking about with the Mexican wrestling channel, I don't even exactly know what that exactly was. Is that now resolved? I think you wrote that the copyright claim was removed, right? And you said that you used Stream Beats music, and I always forget that Stream Beats is basically Harris Heller. And yeah, I use his music too. And I was looking at the last stream, and it seemed fine. There was no copyright claim. But there was one copyright claim, but that was from another band, which I at this point already removed from my playlists. Because they said on social media that you can play their music on streams, but I still get copyright claims, so I don't know what's going on over there again. A dispute went through and I full rights to do the video again. Alright, good. That's good to hear. It was only on YouTube. Yeah. And same here. All of the copyright claims that have been dealing with so far were only on YouTube. I mean, it is kind of a different story if it's a live stream or a saved video. And YouTube also doesn't really differentiate between a VOD and a normally uploaded video. It's just video, you know. So it treats it basically as if you just uploaded the music itself and nothing else. And you know, doesn't matter if you just played it in the background on your stream while something else was mattered way more. Harry said that he's sorting it out permanently. That's good, yeah. It seems like Harris has a bit of a weird system. because he is somehow still earning money with people playing his music, but without causing copyright claims. So there is some kind of weird system behind it that earns him money, and I don't know how that works. I have no idea, but I mean, it's still cool that he provides so much music for free to use on streams. And then, you know, he also deals with those fraudulent copyright claims of third parties. I think he earns a lot from streaming anyway. I want to provide to the community. Yeah. I guess his music is also sorry, on platforms like Spotify and stuff like that. I just downloaded it, so I don't know much about it. But I guess if he earns enough for that way, then he can just afford it, and pretty swell of him. To be fair, there was a gap for that kind of reasons. What do you exactly mean by that? I also should check out one nice thing that YouTube has nowadays is that, you know, if there is a copyrighted track in your video, then at least it gives you options how to deal with it. If you're not able to dispute it, or you just don't want to, you can either mute it, or you can just mute the song itself. And I still wanted to check out how well that actually works by going back to the spots where I removed those songs. I haven't done so yet, and I have no idea anymore where in those VODs the tracks were, so yeah, I should have written it down somewhere probably. Because after it's removed, basically the whole copyright claim info is gone. Like, it just says there's no issue, and there we go. So I can't really look up what was there before. Once you deleted it, once you removed the song, it just is gone. A good place to find lots of completely free use music. Yeah, there's no one singular place. I mean, OC Remix seems to be pretty good, although I haven't been playing that much music from there yet. But so far, all of the tracks that I have from there haven't caused me any issues. And you know, it's video game covers, and so it's pretty cool. But that's also the risky part of it. It is video game music covers, and so they don't have the full copyright to it, and it just falls more into the category of fair use. And you know, then it really depends on the original copyright holder of that song. They find it okay, or maybe at some point in the future they find it and say, hey, we actually don't like that this cover is out there, and then we're gonna remove it or claim everything. It could happen. I don't know. Yeah, so the best source for free to use music is just basically on an individual level know which artists give their okay, and then you can use music from them. Either they provide it for free, or in some cases you have to purchase it at first. But also that supports small artists, and so I gladly paid some bucks for some of those musicians. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's not how it lets you replace the song with another two. Yeah. I haven't really tried that before. Does it only allow music from their own music library? I would assume so, right? I mean, they have some neat tracks. Oh yeah, and that's also a good source. Just basically the YouTube library and YouTube Studio. They have a bunch of free music over there that you are free to use. Like, you could easily use it on Twitch streams too. For some of these songs it says that you have to give credit, but I mean, that's not that big of a deal. Kitty meow. You're so pretty. Pretty kitty meow meow. Alright, let's get back to it. I just moved the chair, and then immediately she wants to go on it again. Okay. There she is. Chair free. Needs to be occupied immediately. But also so tired. Some kind of cat tracking camera technology out there. I mean, there's movement tracking cameras, and as long as I don't really move over here, like, that would basically work. It doesn't even have to be cameras themselves, but maybe like there are maybe like moving no, it has to be cameras. What am I even saying? Or maybe like some combination of like a tripod in connection with the PC, and then you have some software running that analyzes the camera and sees if there is movement, and then it sends commands to the tripod and it automatically turns. I don't know if that even exists. It would be an idea, but also it would be a bit, sounds a bit ridiculous. Well, it's not that big of a deal if it just turn it manually. I mean, I also could set up a second camera. I still have another webcam. But it's fine. Also, I do have to say, it's kind of weird how this 80s music, this synthwave music, gives me so much nostalgia. Although I was born right after the 80s. I wasn't even born during that time. And still, for some weird reason, I feel a lot of nostalgia from it, and yeah. Like normally when you feel some kind of nostalgia, you have some image in your mind or you associate some items with it, like, you know, technology that was used back then, or fashion trends or something like that. But that's missing for me. Like, Walkmans weren't a thing when I was a kid anymore. Or, you know, the fashion and the hairstyles and whatnot, they weren't a thing anymore. So I don't really have an image in my mind when I hear that music that I associate with my past. And still I get that weird feeling. But it's also only for 80s. For 80s stuff, so anything beyond that, I don't get that feeling. Do you feel this in a similar way, Lucid? I mean, there was some really good music back then, and just maybe you just want to feel nostalgic about it. Maybe that's it. You just really wanted to live during that period of time, and so you just force yourself to have nostalgic feelings for it. I don't know. Probably doesn't make any sense. Well, that is definitely a completely different era, this music. Can't really quite say that I have nostalgia for this type of music. I am definitely not that old. Comforting, but really difficult to describe. Yeah. Probably a proper scientific reason for it, and why so many people experience it. Yeah, probably. Well, maybe it's also because, I mean, synthwave, it was basically the beginning of synthesizers. I mean, not quite. Synthesizers have been around, as far as I know, before the 80s. But it seems like that's when it really started to become popular. And so a lot of nowadays music, which also uses synthesizers of some kind, is based on that. Which is like the basic rhythms or compositions, is based on that 80s music. And so like we maybe subconsciously hear the similarities, and then our brains associate it with feeling nostalgia. I don't know, maybe. What I'm saying is not really based on anything, it's just Just theorizing. Kitty sleepy. Oh yeah, completely forgot. I wanted to ask about your pizza. What kind of pizza did you get? Probably at this point you already ate it, but I'm still curious. Pepperoni pizza. Simple, but delicious. Nice. It's long gone. Ah, yeah, it's been a while since I had pizza the last time. Like definitely more than a year at this point. Because normally I only eat pizza when I hang out with others. But, well... probably don't have to explain much else. And you know, I could just order pizza by myself, you know, but you know, it's not cheap. And I want to save money, or rather I need to save money, and so yeah. But I want to change that during my birthday stream. At some point I'm gonna take a break and just order a pizza. And everybody has to watch me eat. And I'm looking forward to that pizza. Oh yeah, also by the way, have you watched JoJo? Perchance? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? Because I recently finished watching all of the seasons that are out yet. I do not tend to not watch much anime, I see. Well then, all I'm gonna say is that I enjoyed it, especially the later seasons. And I also have to say that at the beginning I was a bit hesitant, because just by looking at it and the general art style, I didn't feel like I would be that really a fan of it. Because in general, I don't really like really bold art styles with like high contrast, like like Western comics, for example, like superhero comics. It's not really what I'm into, and JoJo has these kind of very strong contrasts. But actually, well, I got used to it pretty quickly. Honestly, I have a hard time watching things of any sort. I get impatient and have to move around. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, then I don't really know what to maybe recommend that would help with that. And probably especially longer series aren't very good for that. Maybe just shorter ones. That's about it. How is it with movies or stuff like that, when it's just more bite-sized? Just the ADD. Yeah, it sounds like a symptom of that. I also have problems paying attention and following the plots of movies and series. I'm not really that strong on that. Like, I wouldn't say that I have ADD or something like that. That I just, you know, I partially have it. Sometimes it's just hard for me to pay attention. But it's at least not at a level where it is severely impairing me in my everyday life. Normally, when I really need to pay attention, I can do so. At least sufficiently. But yeah, it also happens to me often enough that I watch some movies with friends and I have to ask them after the movie, or maybe even during the movie, what actually happened and what was going on. Movies or series, unless I'm really engaged, yeah. Yeah, that is also definitely a factor. If you just don't care about what's happening, if it's not the most interesting, then of course it's also gonna be much more difficult to follow the plot. I also definitely noticed that when I play video games, where I just get so impatient when there's plot being told and so on and so forth, that I just cannot really follow it, and I just feel the feeling of wanting to skip everything and just get me back to the game, please. When it's just, you know, the same exposition as always, you know. Just some war raging on in a distant land, and where I need to learn all of the names of the different places that are now exist in this world, and I need to orientate myself in there. And there are all of these characters, hello, they also have all different names. I need to learn them, and I completely forget all of them. I even tend to forget certain faces, because if the game suffers the same face syndrome like so many do, and then completely lose all orientation. And that's a bit what I had yesterday. I don't know who I am, I don't know why I'm here, all I know is that I must kill. I guess you're talking about Overwatch. Yeah. Just let me play. Just let me turn off my brain, please. I don't wanna be tested and have to memorize names and places and lore. I mean, if the game is really good, then I also get invested and I want to learn more about what's going on. But you know, also after having played so many games at this point and watched even more, you know, at some point you just have seen it all. Of course, you haven't really seen it all, because there are endless possibilities for creating things and creating stories and stuff like that, but still. I had the problem, for example, with playing The Witcher. I played the first one, I played it through, and at some point I remember I enjoyed the gameplay of the first one, and then at some point I wanted to play the second game, and I just stopped in the first mission because it just was the same thing as I already played before in so many other games. You are some badass dude with superpowers, magic, blah blah. You have to learn all of these mechanics also again, which is annoying. And the setting is the same, like this kind of medieval fantasy setting that you also have seen so often, like in the Elder Scrolls and so on and so forth. Yeah, it just stopped. It just immediately lost my interest, and it might have been a very, very good game, but and I don't even have an interest in anymore for checking out the third game, even though it is sad that it's pretty good. The Witcher 3 is supposed to be a pretty good game, but I just don't care anymore. And I like those kind of games, these RPG fantasy games, action RPGs. Yeah, I get it how that can be fatiguing. Fatiguing? Maybe. I know what you mean. Fatiguing, exhausting, yeah. And also, I completely forgot what the story of the first game even was. What kind of characters it had. I have no idea anymore. And recently I watched a summary video that just basically summarized this the story of the first game. And I watched it, and I still didn't remember what was going on. All of what they showed in that video seemed so strange to me. It's just completely like I never experienced any of that. But I know for certain that I played through the first game. I'm pretty sure about that. But I can't remember anything other than the last scene and one character who was his girlfriend. And that's it. And also basically a little bit of the city layout I can kind of remember, but other than that, nothing really stuck with me, and it kind of also shows that how little it interested me back then. How little I was invested in that story. So yeah. But it's not like I cannot pay attention at all anymore for plots and stuff. Like the last plot heavy game that I played was Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I got pretty invested in that, and so I watched all sorts of different character interactions, and I paid attention to what was going on in those lands in Fodlan, and I still remember places and names and faces, and it was a good game, and it was written pretty well. I suppose it's also what's keeping me from touching my backlog of games. I can understand. I mean, other than my tendency of getting addicted to games, it also... there is a certain... what's the word again? Not investment. Not involvement. It's so terrible at remembering the freaking words again. Well, whatever. Like... the word is on my tongue. I can... no... freaking... Well, you put some time into it, you put some effort into it, and even if you have the free time, you don't really want to put all of that into a new game again if you don't really feel motivated to do so. At least I feel so. Commitment. That's the word. Time commitment. You put a certain amount of commitment into starting a new game. So, at least I am like that, because when I start a game, you know, I don't want to stop in the middle of it, because if I stop in the middle of it, most of the time, like, I feel even less so just wanting to return to it, because if you return like after certain like months or maybe half a year or something like that, you already have forgotten the mechanics, or like at least most of it. You might have forgotten some of the lore. And it's just a pain getting back to it, and you know, maybe it has a replayable tutorial feature, but maybe it doesn't, and it's even harder where you are at the point in the game where the difficulty is already much higher. So yeah, we got there. Yes. Finally remembered. Found the word. Happens to me more than I care to admit. Yeah, it also happens to me so often. That's a little bit of a curse of being bilingual. Well, I like to blame it on being bilingual, but it actually is just me being terrible at speaking. That's just what it actually is. Alright, we're doing some pretty good progress over here. We're pretty much done with the line work. Alright, so let's take a short kitty break again, and then I need to add the whiskers. Again, one of the things that I forgot. Let's not forget it again. And then also the straps, spots. Kitty break, yay. This time actually sit down on the couch. Yeah, you complain. Did I wake you up? Oh no, I'm sorry. How dare I? Today I got a little bit less sleep than normal because she woke me up again. Can't really blame her though, because she's been puking and she can't control that. And it had to be on my shoe also. Little baby. Yeah, the crappy thing was I noticed that it was my shoe by putting it on. So, yeah. So, I had a lovely morning. Sorry for grossing you out. But yeah, I mean, even still, I don't feel that tired right now. And I'm even letting the chill music run, and I'm doing okay. So that's good. So, I'm gonna try to drink some tea. But I'm pretty sure it's probably still hot as hell. Yeah, I can feel it. So let's put some colder water and try not to spill anything. Put some colder water on top of it, and it's watering down the tea, and yeah, but whatever. That it's tea is not so much, it's like not that important, but just basically that it's a hot beverage and therefore it's good for my throat. Still. And the smell? Not interested. Yeah, honey was recommended, but that's the thing. Putting honey or sugar or anything like that makes it worse for my teeth, and that's exactly the thing. That's why I only drink green tea right now without anything else in it. No sugar, no milk, no honey or anything like that. So even though I'm not brushing my teeth, it should be fine. It shouldn't cause me any issues. But I definitely heard that honey is very good. And Kitty is climbing around. What you doing over there? Come. Won't you come back? Come here. Back with you. There you go. It also gets tired pretty quickly. What do you normally do when you stream? First, I know your streams aren't that long normally, but still, I mean, also talking for 2 hours can be pretty straining. So do you also drink tea normally? Perhaps with some honey? Welcome back, Clumpy. I think just the nature of how my voice works. Just not lucky with genetics. Yeah, well. I mean, I imagine it's pretty rare that you have no issues whatsoever with your genes. I mean, I also have some issues with, like, with some of my joints. If I like carry a lot of weight, then, well, like when I bend my joints, to be more precise, while carrying a lot of weight, it can be very painful because just how the not muscles, but the thing that is connecting the bones with the muscles. What's it called again? You probably know what I mean. It's kind of like weirdly placed somehow. I don't know. And it kind of snaps over the bone back and forth constantly, and this causes pain. And also I have a lot of hair loss, so there's also that. But other than that, I would deem myself pretty fortunate. I don't really have too many other issues, at least no severe ones. Yeah. Don't be. I mean, yeah. In terms of looks, of course, that is subjective. So I'm not really talking about that either. Just talking about health. Health is a fickle beast, yes. Certainly is. It feels like an endless chase to achieve perfect health, where you have no issues whatsoever, you sleep perfectly, you have no malnourishment, like no deficiencies, that's the word. Just perfectly fine. And trying to fix anything that is not perfect seems like somehow unachievable if you really go after every single tiny thing. I'm gonna search for fickle because you don't know what it is. I know you talk in German, so I'm trying to find a word to translate it, but don't really know. Fickle. I mean, it's kind of a synonym with unstable, or just non-permanent, goes away easily, tricky to deal with, yeah. Also what Lucid says. Launish, yeah. You could say so. But launish not like it isn't the same as moody. Like it's not about emotions. But you know, just rather like general instability. Spilled some. It's clumsy of me. Now that I put some extra water into it, I have to drink so much that I can put the cap on again. I only have one problem right now. And what might that be? The tea being too hot. If the kiddie break is over, you can't sit on your seat. Well, well. I mean, if you mean like sit down on this seat so I can get back to the computer, then I don't do that, but you should know that. But actually, I use this chair for myself really rarely, because I got pretty much used to just stand at the desk all the time. And only rarely do I feel the need to lower it to the point where I can sit on a chair. I'm prohibited by law to not move the kitty. Yes. That is certainly true. But that's okay. I can adjust. And it would be outrageous to demand the little princess to adjust. That would be unheard of. I understood what you meant to say, Lucid, no worries. Actually, I didn't even notice the little typo over there. Okay, now I drank enough so I can put the cap back on without everything spilling over my hands. There we go. And it has cooled down decently. Now I'm rinsing my mouth. That way I get rid of most of the tannin in the tea that causes the teeth to get stained. That should be fine. All right. All right. So let's see. Alright, there's not much that I'm noticing. Might be missing. Needs to be corrected. Alright, let's move on to this. Well, at first the whiskers. No, at first the spots actually, because then I have also the spots on the cheeks. Welcome back, Klumpy. For that, I'm also gonna look at reference pictures. Also nice is that, you know, for every tutorial video that I make, I collect a bunch of reference pictures from like just Google search, and I keep them all in a file. And so whenever I need to get back to, you know, for example, drawing tigers, I can just open the file again, and there I have all of these reference pictures already available, and I don't need to go back to Google and search for tiger faces and bodies and anatomy again. Thank you. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's generally for some kind of tabletop RPG, like D&D, for example, and to be supposed to be played on like a platform like Roll20, like an online platform where you just move pictures around and they're supposed to represent your characters on the map. And yeah, and this is supposed to be just a, I mean, it just looks like a tiger, an anthropomorphic tiger wizard. It's based on a race in D&D that's called Rakshasa. But I mean, basically they're just tiger people. So yeah. And so as you can see, I'm currently working with this one, and this is another one that I've been working on currently off stream, and this is supposed to be a leopard person, based on the Tabaxi race in D&D. And Tabaxi, as far as I know, is not really specified for one specific cat species. And so I have been also doing snow leopard version and a cheetah version for that race. And then there are also the Leonin, which are lions, lion people basically. Yeah, and I also did some of for those, and yeah, that's what I'm doing. And when I am done, what I normally do is I actually have this still open so I can show it this way. So this is a finished version. This is the Snow Leopard Tabaxi version. and I completely render it and then make different color combinations. So like this is the normal snow leopard version where you have just white fur, but there are also some other ideas that I came up with to mix it up a little, and then I put it all into Gumroad, my shop, and make a little product out of it, and people can purchase it for their own campaigns. So that's what I'm doing. And this will also will be available in my shop. My mind immediately went to Khajiit. Where's if you have a coin? Yes. I mean, it basically can also be interpreted as Khajiit. And like if you make a campaign that is based on Elder Scrolls, then like, yeah, this guy for example could be pretty perfect. Like, there are crossbows in Elder Scrolls, right? Are there? I'm not so sure right now. But anyways. It's just a little extra income source for me. And also it's quite a lot of fun to design these characters. Even though I'm not quite the best at it. There's still a lot I need to learn about, especially about drawing clothing and folds and stuff like that. I still have a pretty difficult time with that. And also in general, human anatomy is not something I'm super familiar with. Whoops. Even though it's a pain to draw all of this fur and these spots and stripes and whatnot, I still feel more comfortable drawing this, for example, this tiger head compared to a more human-like face. In self-defense, a knife protects. I bring my lunch, knows one suspects, and when it's time to end a life, deceptive fruit banana knife. I mean, Nice rhyme, but where did that come from? Sand picture, but it's legendary. Oh yeah, it's also one of the things that I wanted to say, but completely forgot. I turned off the bot from deleting links in the chat. So right now anybody can post links. I don't really have had any problems with people posting indecent stuff in chat. And I don't think it will be a big problem in the future, and if anybody does do that, I'm just gonna delete their message or, you know, kick him out. And it's less effort than having to permit everybody to send links in chat, and it's just annoying, especially since I am streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and so like I don't even know how to do that. So it's just if you want to post a link, feel free to do so. I trust you that you wouldn't post anything that would be inappropriate. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree, you all are definitely not stupid. You're not assholes. Quite the contrary, so I can trust you. Also weird that that message did not show up in Restream because you wrote shit. But it still showed up in Twitch chat. Don't remember that I had any sort of censorship in the Restream chat. I don't even know if that even exists as a... Is it a setting? Filtering. Filtering is just hide chatbots and hide commands. There's a word filter, but only for specific words that I put in. Don't have the bots running. Well, apparently the Restream chat has some kind of filter that I have no say over. At least as far as I am able to tell right now. Let me also quickly look at the website. Let's see, settings. No, there is no setting for it, it just does it. Whether I wanted to do that or not. Okay, whatever. Oh, wait. No, it has actually sent a couple of messages. Okay, maybe it's not a filter, but just Restream not working properly. And so, like the chat down below me, it just omitted a couple of messages just now. Oh well. Well, at least now I know that's not a filter issue. So there's that. still annoying. Well, that's one of the downsides of using Restream and streaming to both Twitch and YouTube. There are sometimes connection issues caused by Restream. So yeah. But yeah, so I still also have, so I actually have 3 chats open right now. I have the Restream chat, which is like this below me, which is the combined YouTube and Twitch chat. Then I have the Twitch chat by itself, and then I have also the YouTube chat by itself. Sorry, burping. And so even if Restream doesn't show some certain messages, I can still read it. Because the people, yeah, okay, doesn't matter. Automat can be real weird sometimes, yeah. But it wasn't automod. I pretty much almost completely turned it off. I think it only is activated for like racial slurs or stuff like that. Something that I definitely don't want to be on here. And I sent the picture on Instagram. Probably knows where's Papa Ninja. I mean, as I said, like if you want to post a link here, then feel free to do so. If you wanna show us what you meant by this fruit banana knife. Streaming to multiple platforms sounds tough. It's a little bit tedious, but it's actually not that complicated, because what you basically do is you connect your YouTube and Twitch channel in Restream, and it just, for YouTube it's a bit more complicated because you at first have to make an event on YouTube for a stream and then choose that event in Restream so that it streams to that event. Because how it works on YouTube is just like every stream basically has its own URL, and so you have to readjust it for every stream, which is annoying. It's not like Twitch where, you know, it's like twitch.tv/mink_ the drawing researcher or something like that, and that's where you can find all of my streams. No, YouTube is a bit weird in that regard, but aware. So make that adjustment, then in OBS or whatever streaming software you use, you put the key that Restream provides to you in there instead of like the Twitch key or something like that. Also pretty easy, just copy and paste. And that's pretty much it. You also can download the Restream chat, so you have like your own window open for both chats combined, and you can also use it in your streaming software, where it's also pretty much as easy to set up as just like a normal Twitch chat to show up right down here. Yeah, and then you just start streaming. You send the data to Restream, and then Restream splits it up and sends it to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And it works pretty well, actually, considering that there is an extra stop in between, but the delay is not too terrible. So yeah. But as I said, if you are a Twitch affiliate or partner, you are not allowed to stream to another platform in addition to Twitch. As that 24-hour exclusive content paragraph thingy in there in the contract that you have to agree on when you become an affiliate. I don't know how to link for a picture. You said something about Instagram, so you could just get a link from Instagram and then post it here. Or there are other picture platforms like Imgur, I think. Or you just say what I would need to Google in order to find it. If that might be the easier solution. Or you could maybe, if you use Discord, you could go on my Discord server and then you could send me it either on the Discord server itself or just as a PM. There are many different options. Or you could send me a DM on Twitter, or I don't know, Instagram I guess would also work. Let's get back to drawing over here. I'm sending Discord, alright. Also in general, I can also say that feel free to join the Discord server. You don't necessarily have to be into art or draw yourself or something in order to join the community. You know, you can just talk about anything over there and people are very nice. On Discord, you can just send it to me. My DMs are open. Yeah, like you could. I am assuming that the person who just joined in the server was you, so you can just click on me in the user sidebar and then send me a message. You just paste. You can just copy paste pictures in there. And it will send it to me. Exactly. There we go. You did it. Ah, okay. So pretty much what was promised. Banana knives. Alright. Seems a bit dangerous. Seems a bit dangerous. Got a little bit too much iron in it. Like maybe I should also. Then it shouldn't be too difficult to put it on stream. So let me see what happens if I just drag and drop. Okay, no, that does not work. Copy image. Alright, there is no quick and easy way to, you know, like drag and drop pictures over to OBS, so well. Using OBS, I can make an image source for that. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. I should have gone for just normal OBS, but I was just looking into what software was supposed to be more efficient, and they said it's Streamlabs, and so I went for it. And, I regret it a little bit. I mean, I can also deal with it. So the solution would be just I save it real quick. And then I drag and drop it from a folder. And there we go. Yeah. There we have the image. As promised, banana knives. Maybe suited for some kind of monkey D&D character, rogue character. That would be perfect. You think it's just an innocent monkey who eats their banana, but nope. It's actually an assassin. Stab, stab. You're dead. Monkey. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Klumpy. Still a bit hot. Goes to show how good that bottle is. All right, Lucid. Thank you for hanging out here and talking with us, and wish you a good night. Sleep well. I'm probably quickly gonna finish those stripes because it's not gonna take all that long. And maybe also the whiskers, and then I also will call it. The stripes it's good to make them a little bit wonky and not too perfect, because well, it's how they work in nature. I'm not worried too much about how they're shaped, as long as they still follow the general correct flow. It's fine. Since almost all of the body is covered by clothing, there aren't that many stripes to paint. Which means less work for me, so I'm not complaining. Just need to cover the tail. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what I should have done earlier was to make a base color layer. Sorry. So what I do normally is I make an extra layer, set the lines to as a reference layer, and then also we don't need 0 now. And you cannot see this window that's popping up right now, but it's fine. It's not too important. I'm just choosing like a medium color over here. Pop! Magically everything is filled in. Well, not quite everything, like a little bit too much, and therefore I need to erase some parts. Better than that. There you go. It's magic, yes. The tiger colored itself. Well, Clip Studio has some very neat features for sure. But it's not perfect, and so as you can see I need to make some small adjustments here and there for these small corners. It's not perfectly coloring them in. So I'm checking all of the little corners at the border to make sure everything is looking neat. Alright, I made a complete round and seems to be fine. I don't need to care about the lines inside of the drawing. I only need to look out for little flaws at the outer border, and everything else is completely filled in. And then I just simply change it to white. Change the background color to something else so I can still distinguish it somehow. Here we go. I did make... oh, there's also a little spot that I missed. Swoop, whoop. Have I ever played Dark Souls? Yes, I did. I played 1 and 3. And I also played Sekiro, if you are going to count that. I mean, it's a From Software game, so yeah. And I like those games. Took me a while to get adjusted to them. The first time when I was playing Dark Souls, I had no idea what I was doing, what I needed to do. The game is not very good at explaining things, I do have to say. Like, I didn't know things like the Estus flask being able to replenish itself. So basically, I thought during my first time when I played that you only have very little chances of healing and you just have to get through everything without healing normally. Yeah. That made it much harder, as you probably can imagine. But then the second time when a friend made me start it again, and he was there to explain me all of these things that I didn't understand back then. I started to enjoy it much more, and yeah. And it's kind of like from the Soul series, but I was talking about Dark Souls 1 and 3, and 1 to 3. Yeah, as I said, 1 and 3 I did play. 2 I didn't. Just simply because the reviews aren't that good about it, and from what I've seen so far from the game, I'm not all too interested. Maybe someday I will try it, but I mean, it's fine. So okay, let's get back to the spots now. Not spots, I mean stripes. Oops. Wrong tool. Also, what I need to do now, the reason why I did all of this layer stuff was because now I have this base color layer, which is white, and the spots or stripes can be clipped to that layer. What it means is, when I draw on the stripes layer now, I cannot draw over the lines. I stay inside. So that makes things easier, especially for this tail here. And later, when I color in all of the different elements like the clothing, the book, the nose, the hair, and so on and so forth, it will all be on separate layers, and all of them will be clipped on that one base color layer. Also the shading and everything else. It's gonna be the base for everything, basically. Basically. Right. Kitty moved. Kitty back. Well. Yeah, it's not for explaining, it's just like you learn by doing and by dying. Yes, basically. But I was really not understanding some of the mechanics by myself, and so I was dying a lot during the first time. Still not really learning. Yeah, I think 2 is the baddest game and the baddest part of them all. Yeah. That's what a lot of people say. There are a few though who say that the second game is their favorite. I don't know. From what I've seen, I think I also would dislike it the most out of all of them. changed some of the mechanics and it wasn't that great, yeah. They made you get less Estus, but you can find some kind of stones for healing. Okay. Also, I need to excuse myself for just a minute because I really need to go somewhere. We'll be right back. So, sorry about that. I'm planning on being done with the stream just a couple of minutes, but still. It could not have waited. Meow meow. Kitty waited. Good kitty. Meow meow. Now jump up again. Okay. Just cannot decide. But yeah, we were talking about Dark Souls. And yeah, as I said before, I did enjoy the first and third game quite a lot. Yeah, you're right. Could just leave it like that, I suppose. My favorite game is Dark Souls 3. You're in New Game Plus 6 right now. Alright. That's quite a lot indeed. I also played that one a lot. Out of all of those games, I played Dark Souls 3 probably the most. Also played it during stream actually at some point. Yeah, it's pretty good. A good choice for a favorite game for sure. I also wonder why I like it so much, although I am not really that much of a guy of like playing super hard games where I need to run against the wall over and over again until I finally make it through. Normally I don't play those kind of games. So for Dark Souls, or like in general FromSoft games, because I also played Sekiro, actually don't mind too much. It's fun because it gets more challenging every time. Yeah, and it just feels really good if you do manage to get past a challenge. Just the whole world in there just feels so extremely hostile. And when you still, despite everything, make it through, it just, yeah, you feel awesome. But if I would have to choose between all the FromSoft games, From Software games, choose which one is my favorite, then I probably would say Sekiro actually. It was very different for sure, compared to Dark Souls. But a lot of the changes that they did, actually, I like them a lot. And well, the fact that it played in Japan, and you know, I'm a huge fan of Japan, which is like basically the Japanese culture and history, certainly played a role in it too. Even though, yeah, I know that it cannot be quite classified as a Souls game. So, and as far as I can see, tigers don't have any stripes or spots on their feet. And with that, it is basically done. So I'm also going to add some whiskers. And then make those whiskers super long and exaggerated and kind of curvy. Just because of style reasons. Just think it fits the look of this tiger person. Alright, and that's basically it. So the rest I'm going to do off stream, because I want to be done with this one and also this one here before my birthday stream, so I can add them to my shop and make a whole package out of all of these characters that I made so far, and then make some birthday special deal thingy stuff, and I'm gonna post it or blah blah. So yeah, next up, so how I'm going to continue this drawing will be just simply, I'm gonna add some shading. The shading, as you can also see over here, will be done also just on this white at first. I'm not gonna add the colors, but just do the shading, and the shading then will apply on the colors beneath the shading layer automatically with just a layer setting. So it is easier to just do the shading on just plain white, because then the contrast between the colors themselves does not confuse me, and I can pick the correct values for the shading. And yeah, after the shading I will do just the coloring for all of the individual elements and color them however I see fit. And I will make 5 different color combinations, so I just basically have every single color on a different layer, and then I can change the color for all of these combinations. So I just make 5 copies and just shift the colors around to make different versions, like I did with this one here. Like, as I said, like everything is on a different layer. The clothing is on a different layer, the fur, the claws, the staff, and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's it. So then let me thank you a lot for coming to the stream. It was very chill, it was very nice as always. As I said, there is going to be a special birthday stream on Monday. It's gonna be my 30th birthday, so it's a special occasion that I feel like I should celebrate somehow. And since I cannot meet any friends and family right now because, you know, the pandemic is still going on and Austria is not the fastest in terms of vaccine rollout, I'm gonna do this online event instead, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I have many different plans. Yeah, I'm actually planning to do so that if friends and family are interested, they can hang out with me during my stream. So let's see how many people will have time. Yeah, so as I said, I have a lot of different plans. I will draw some little bit, of course. I will probably make some kind of speed painting. I will make some new emotes for the Discord server. I also want to do some origami. You can see a little bit in the background there, although it's a bit dark. I made some origami in the past. I did some origami on stream even, and it was very nice, and so I would like to do it again, and this time with actual origami paper, not just normal paper, which is way too thick and therefore makes it way too hard. So yeah, looking forward to that. There will also be games. I am planning on playing some Minecraft, some chill Minecraft with some people from another server. So that will be nice. Also, I'm going to play Stepmania on an actual dance pad. So that will be something. That will also be a first time for me. First time actually that I ever played Stepmania in front of other people. So it will be interesting. I wonder how I will do, but I think I got enough practice in so that I can feel at least somewhat confident and dance in front of people. It should be okay. Should do okay. I think so, at least. And I do origami on YouTube one time? Yeah, I mean on stream. If you mean on stream, then yes, and you know, streamed also back then to both platforms at the same time. But I didn't make a video out of origami, if that's what you mean. Not a normal video, at least. And also I want to try out the BizHawk Shuffler and play a bunch of Nintendo 64 racing games. So what that means is I'm gonna play on an emulator and have a bunch of games prepared, and that shuffler will just basically take all of them and switch them while I am playing, and just basically makes a save state and then loads a save state of another game and then immediately switch over. And that's gonna be a lot of chaos, especially if I play a bunch of racing games, because you know there will be a lot of crashes and me falling off tracks probably. Well, we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to that one. I've seen a bunch of other streamers play with that shuffler, and it's crazy. And it was probably my stream, yeah. Probably that then. Yeah. And maybe some other ideas that I will come up with. I will make a schedule tomorrow. And make a nice image out of it and then post it everywhere, basically on, you know, Discord, Twitter, Tumblr, and also on YouTube, and so on and so forth. And also I do have to say though that the YouTube channel where I will stream it on will not be my streaming channel, but my actual my main channel, because it's a special occasion, and I think in that case it's appropriate for me to do it on my main channel, even though most people will probably still not be interested in it because they just, you know, want drawing tutorials. But you know, it's my 30th birthday and I'm gonna do an exception and actually do it on my main channel. So there's that. Yeah, that's basically it. So that birthday channel will be all day, so chances are you're not gonna miss it. if you at some part of the day you're gonna have time to at least drop by. And yeah, I'm very excited about this. A little bit nervous, but mostly excited. And that's about it. Yeah, so again, thank you for dropping by. Thank you for chilling and hanging out with me here on this wonderful stream. I have time for a good stream. Oh, thank you. Very flattering, although I don't think that I'm a good streamer. But oh well. Yeah. So then, have a lovely day or night wherever you are, and see you Monday. Then, bye. Wait, Kitty. Where's Kitty? Oh, Kitty. She's back there. Oh well, I'm gonna leave her there. Sorry.